just arrived in a city called Slane. We drove here around 1 hour from Dublin because tomorrow we want to see Newgrange, which is in another video. This is the hotel we are living in now. I want to show you the room. This is what you get for around 100 euro. It's very cozy, looks very interesting. Hello.
Hello.
Screen. You look outside. It's yeah, started to rain a bit. It's really a village here. And this is the bathroom. Also looks very nice. And yeah, I think it's a very nice hotel for just 100 euro per night.
With breakfast included,
Yes.
and it was a very nice breakfast.
Yes.
Leti and I just arrived at Bóinne, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and Ireland is welcoming us with its signature mix of wind and rain. All around us are the soft green, perfectly rounded hills. But they're not just landscape, they're ancient graves, huge passage tombs built over 5,000 years ago. Each one was a sacred place where communities buried their dead and held ceremonies to connect with their ancestors.
So if you ask me, this looks a bit like the houses of the hobbits from The Lord of the Rings. These green hills with some entrances, but these are graves. It's a graveyard.
We are now in the second part of our tour, on the second monument. In the first one we had a very nice guide that showed us around and told us a bit of history. But to be honest, I don't have all the information in my mind, but I can tell you that it's a monument that was built thousands of years before Christ.
I think 3000 BC.
And yeah, there's a lot of history in these monuments. Apparently in this one we can enter, but let's see, I'm curious.
Yes, weather is a bit better. Before it rained, it was very windy, so it was difficult to film. Now it's a bit better, and I think it looks very interesting. See what the guy will tell us. We just left the Newgrange chamber. We are out again, and
yeah, it's really interesting. So we cannot take pictures or film inside. They are very, how to say, protective with their traditions. Apparently this also had some kind of religious meaning by the time, but it's really interesting that we enter a chamber and we go through a very narrow corridor, and yeah, you see the figures from that time, and they explain a bit how was it found, how was it probably used. So yeah, very interesting experience. We are heading now back to the visitor center, and there is a small exhibition that tells more about the history of these two places. I hope we can film there. If not, we will see, and then we come here to tell.
yeah, and Just to mention that we just entered a tomb that is 5,000 years old, so probably that's the oldest thing I have ever seen in my life. And it's just crazy that this still exists. Although some people from the 19th century left some graffitis there, so there was something like Taylor was here 1880. It's very interesting.
This is a tradition that we still keep, right?
Yeah.
That we see people around writing things everywhere. So
Okay, now we're entering the bus. See you later.
we are now in our way to our next stop here in Ireland, and it's very interesting to see the landscape because we are taking the highways with no toll, so we are crossing a lot of cities and seeing the real areas with no tourists. And yeah, at the moment I think we have a quite Irish weather. And the driver driving on the left side, can you tell about your experience?
Yeah, yesterday it was a bit strange for the first time to drive on the left side of the road. Because you have to also use your left hand to change the gears, and it's super automatic that I use my right hand to change the gears and so on. But now after one day I think I'm more used to it, so it's okay.
Nice. Yeah, so let's see, we have still 1 hour and a half to our destination, and let's see what Ireland can offer to us. We are here on the village where it's said that the first pub in Ireland was created, and we are just surprised by this building here. We could not see it coming.
In 100
No,
meters,
not really.
turn right onto Main Street. Turn right onto Main Street, then your destination will be on the
Well,
left.
there is some wall here, seems like, I don't know, there was some medieval activity here.
Fortress or something.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we need to park now somewhere. So we are here in the most random town of Ireland, I think. It's called Athlone, if I pronounce it correctly. And we just stopped here to see the oldest pub in the country. And yeah, it's pretty interesting. Here's the beer garden. And there's a river with some old ships. And yeah, I think then there's a castle or something, and then that's it.
Yeah, I think in the other side of the river there is a bit more. Seems like there's a castle or a church. There's a big building also. But yeah, we randomly ended up here. And this is how the back of the oldest pub in Ireland looks like. There were some people inside that we were a bit shy to film, but I think it was pretty full for 4 p.m. on a Monday. What do you think?
Yeah, it was quite packed. Some people were, yeah, had some pints, let's say it like that. But I think, yeah, what other would you expect here in the oldest pub of the country?
Yeah. Sean's Bar, that's how it's called. So I just noticed a detail here on the name of the pub. It's written that it's from 900 AD. So if this is the date of foundation, it's a pretty old pub.
It's true, maybe the oldest pub in the world.
Yeah, who knows? I am covering my head because it's raining a bit, so I want to protect myself.
Interesting that every small village in Ireland has some interesting pubs. So even here, I don't know how big this village is, but it doesn't look too big. There are pubs. Here's the castle inn.
And look how many pubs so close to each other. There's one here. There is one. I think this is the same, and the Sean's pub is right there, and next to Sean's pub there is another one. So it's really interesting, and if you see, there will always be people inside. No matter how many pubs are next to each other, there's always public for them.
Yeah. You can see the typical drinks you can get in a pub, some whiskey, some Guinness, some Irish coffee.
This I'm curious, I want to try Irish coffee, never had it. And there's one more thing, look how colorful are the buildings here. There you could also see some colors on the buildings that we just filmed, but look.
And this is the so-called yellow corner at the Abbey Lane.
It's really interesting.
Just to show you the language, so this is the Abbey Lane, but in the Irish language it's the Lanana Mainistreach. I don't know if I pronounce it correctly, but for every English name they have the Irish Gaelic name, and although only 70,000 people speak this language, everything here is described with it.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Our tour guide said in Dublin on Saturday that they learn it in school. So yeah, pretty sad that although they learn, the language is somehow disappearing, but I hope that they can keep this for more generations.